pronounce that having taught in the university for over 45 years, I cannot be wrong by saying that this is the right thing for our children in this century. It is being practiced in many countries across the world and Africa. And just like we have allowed the politicians to play their game there, they should also allow us who are academics and teachers to play ours down here. We have no intention of going up there. Once we have given the policy, we drive it. So I would want to assure the parents and the children that for those who are so afraid that their children will be going to private schools, and especially into boarding schools, and especially if they are in private schools, there is no reason for those children in private schools for now to move out of those private schools, because it's just one additional year, so that they will even be a little older than usual when they move out, when they start competing now for the senior school. I think that's where we are. We are in good state, but we shall work until the next government is sworn in, just to show that time is of essence, and we can't save time unless there's a burning question that is related to what we are doing. Santen San.
I have one question. A section of parents asking why hasn't money been released to fund the schools?
Those parents don't know. This government released money to schools before the schools reopened.
When and how much has been released?
I said this such a long time ago that I may not be quite clear how much, but it was well in excess of 16 billion. One thing that we always do is that we love our children, and government stops doing everything. There's capitation for every child in public school. It's 22,400 and something, and capitation for every child in primary school. We always ensure that that money is in schools before the children open. Whenever another time is coming, I will not be here, but I am very sure that whoever is coming will make sure that that money in school is in schools. For the busybodies that are negative-minded, they should remember that this government spends 25.9% of the budget on our children. My job has been to ensure that that 25.9% is used for the purposes that it is meant for, and that we get value for money. And the best example are the 6,497 classrooms, which we have built at the cost of 788,000 as against the 1.26 billion. So we are doing what is humanly possible to ensure that our children are in safe hands. So you should not worry. There are many busybodies who say things which they don't know about. And I think the third term, I will not be there, but I am not empowered. I can only tell you that there are certain permanent people in the system, like I have directors, including the Director General, who will make sure that that money is paid. And usually there is no gap, because you will see me welcoming my successor in the office. Do you get the point? With a lot of handing over notes. And he is supposed to work without politics. Whoever becomes the president, he or she must serve that person without prejudice. That's why you have not heard me talking politics. You don't talk politics when you are dealing with these ones. Are we together? Because you must give them their chance. There is no time to waste. And I think in terms of getting more capitation to the Ministry of Education, it will be difficult for whoever takes over. The game will be how well we utilize what is there. Santi San.
There was concern that some contractors were taking up more classes than they could manage, for instance, in Bungoma County. What's your take on that?
That's why my name is Magoha, son of Magoha. I am heading to Bungoma this week. And I want to assure the nation at large that since Eastern, including Kitui, which is semi-arid and with 369 classrooms, Turkana, which you know, very huge, Northeastern, and what have you, have all completed. What is Bungoma to us? That is meat which is already marinated. We are just going to chew it and eat because it is a good place. We don't play politics. every child is equal. That's the president's directive. Every child of this country is equal, and therefore the Bungoma child must also have CBC classrooms. Let the politicians play their politics, we shall do the work. I think that's why I'm going there on my own, to ensure that the same way I ensured that classrooms in Nyeri were completed, the ones in Bungoma will be completed. And in another week or 1.5 weeks, you will hear that I'm going to publish. Once we finish everything, I'll publish in the newspapers for records. So in case somebody wants to follow me to my village to come and answer questions, I'll refer you to the newspaper. Asante sana.
Do you have any comment on the fake degree saga?
First of all, most of these MPs you see were my students. No names. I know them all. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Are we together? As somebody who has been a professor for over 20 years and having taught for over 45 years, it is a big joke for us as a country to be discussing fake degree saga. When I was at the University of Nairobi, I transformed the university to the extent that if you want a transcript, even as early as 1975, and you can go and test it, it will come to you in less than half an hour. And it will show you, oh Magoha, pass this, failed this one, repeated, pass this one, repeated, pass, and then he did the exam and passed. So it is only in Kenya where you can have so much noise about nothing. As a vice chancellor, I used to cross-check many degrees, and all it needed for me to take a phone call and call University of London and say, well, I have this one who says he has done this. Is it true or false? Before I employ them. And they'll tell me, we don't have such a name. You don't have to tell the person. You just don't give him the job. So we are making too much noise out of nothing, because we are sending the wrong message to the children. Are we together? So I don't have direct comment on what is happening now. It is just very shameful that we are spending so much energy in the courts or the people who are supposed to be doing election. It is a very simple matter. You have either done a degree and graduated, or you have not. A judge cannot give you a degree. That's what I used to say, that it doesn't matter whether a judge pronounces himself, he cannot give you a degree. I have over 100,000 people with degrees with my signature. I'm sure some of them are here. Yeah, so I have to protect. And if I find that you are faking my signature, I will take it personal with you. But so far I have not seen one. That's the only time I'll get very annoyed with you, because I will then now prosecute you as a person. So I think the universities must be left alone to do their work. The agencies must be left alone to do their work. And there is no harm in asking. For example, if you say you are a surgeon, we usually check and confirm whether you actually trained as a surgeon. How many hours did you train? It is not politics. Forget about politics. It's about life and death. Are we together here? As far as PhDs are concerned, it is very, very surprising, because now somebody says he has a PhD, you are interviewing him, and you ask him what was your topic, and he can't even remember. He has to look. So it is a big, much bigger problem in our country, and it is you people who must say, no, let us just be proud of who we are. After all, you don't have to go to a university to be thinking. Again, you should ask yourself, do you only think that people with degrees think smart? The answer is no. Because what that has done is to push everybody else to try to get a degree by all means. So you have crooks who never saw the front of a university with degrees. I think our people should be able to look at human beings and ask them, what is it that this person is able to provide? For example, the way I was appointed, I don't belong to a political party. Do I look like I belong to a political party? And I don't care. How was I appointed here? So somebody must have thought, I think this guy can do this. And that's why I am so as free as a bird. So don't take too much time arguing about fake degrees, because if you put politics aside, it is a very simple process. Remove the politics, just check the facts. And checking whether you graduated or not is not a crime. You must do due diligence. Even all employees must do due diligence. And if you got a degree then you want to find out, did you get the requisite, did you spend the requisite time? For example, if you are a doctor, did you spend, for example, 500 hours doing anatomy? If you find you only spent 200, then we tell you, no, you have to go and do another 300 hours. That's not to say you are bad or stupid. It's normal. That's my life. And I don't want people coming to mess my life. So as you talk about what you don't know, just leave us to do our job. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.